My name is Mathew, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to build an e-commerce website just like this or like this. Okay, so the e-commerce website is going to have where you're going to add to cart, you can add your product, and you can even, for example, when I click on it, you can check the product description. This is a product page, right? You can put your product description, your tags, your categories, and so on and so forth. All right, so this e-commerce website is going to help you do all of these things. So, and if you want to build an e-commerce website, you basically need like 3 to 4 things. You need a domain name, you need a hosting, and you need a theme. You know, a theme is just like this. And then you need maybe some plugins like WooCommerce plugin for WordPress that you can use to build your website. So let's get started. So to get started, you first need to come to goglobal.ng/web-tools, goglobal.ng/web-tools, and then you'll see my recommended resources for your web design. And I always advise people to buy from, for example, Namecheap, right? When you buy from Namecheap and you use this link on this web page, you'll be given certain discount. For example, let's click on it. So what you want to buy there is you want to buy a domain name and hosting. Okay, so the domain name and hosting, right? Domain name is just the name of your website. For example, facebook.com, google.com, all those ones are domain names. So if you want to buy domain name, you come to Namecheap, right? And then let's say you want to search for houseofless.com. Okay, so now that you are here, you see that they said House of Less is taken. I actually bought this domain about 3 days ago. So if you want to buy this same domain, you have to make an offer, and then they'll probably contact me and say, oh, somebody wants to buy my domain name, and then if I want, I'll sell it. But if you don't find a domain name that you want, you can easily change it. For example, you can say lasthouse, for example, .com. You can make your own like that, or you can simply, find another name to use. Okay, or you can decide to use .org and all that. I usually recommend this .org for organizations like churches, NGOs, and all that. But for .com is usually for commercial purpose. But it's the most popular one amongst all. So you can decide which one you want to use. All this .com, .net, .iai, .tv, .xyz, we have crazy domain name extensions. They are all called domain name extensions. All right. So whichever one you want, you get them. So if you want it, you just click on add to cart, and then you continue to buy it. Then let's say you want to buy hosting too. You can click on, for example, shared hosting. I recommend you start with that, and you can see the prices. We have the first year you pay this, and then the second year you pay this. If you are working for a client, I always advise you to tell them this one up front so that there won't be any problem. And this one, they give you up to 3 websites, that you can start with. Here you can build unlimited websites in this package. So decide which one you want to use, and then you buy it. All right. So after that, if you buy your domain name and hosting, especially if you buy your hosting from Namecheap, they are going to send you an email. All right. So when they send you that email, it will contain your username, password, and your cPanel login. So when they do that, you log into your cPanel. So your cPanel will look something like this when you log in. And then the first thing you want to do is to come to, especially if you bought your domain name and hosting from Namecheap. So they give you this place, this cPanel, which is very easy, so that you can simply install your WordPress on one click. So you come here, you scroll down to, if this thing is not open, you'll see Subtaculous Apps Installer. Then you open it, then you click on WordPress. It's loading. So when you click on WordPress, you simply click on install now. All right, for example, now I have other websites that I've installed here. All right, but then you want to install another one. Okay, you click on install now, and then you choose the domain name that you want to use, which is, I told you I bought this House of Last. Okay, so make sure, please, you are seeing this right now, make sure that you remove this from this indirectly. Now let's look at what they write. They say the directory is relative to your domain and should not exist. Easy to install http my domain directory, just type dr. To install only in my domain, leave this empty. So basically, if you leave this one as WP, if somebody wants to come to your website, if they do not type /WP, they cannot enter. So but make sure that you leave this particular place empty, please. This is very, very important. Okay, next thing is you change this to House of List. You can decide to leave this one like this now and then change it later for let's say jewelry. If you want to change that, we can change that anytime. All right. Okay, so I just want jewelry. All right. Okay, so here you change the password. Make sure that this one is not admin, so that you don't find it easy to hack your website. So let me just change it to Sola Mathew, and then this password, I'm just going to hide it and type my own password there. Make sure that the password is strong. All right, as you can see, it's strong, is 85 over 100%. Then here, since you don't have access to this email yet, even though there is how to create an email like this, you change it to one that you can access, so that if you want to renew your password, you know, this is the email they're going to send. This is the email address they're going to send email to. All right, and then here, leave every other thing, and just simply go to install. And then you see that in just few minutes, this website is going to be installed. Now you have two URLs here, that is link. The first one is the front end, where most people will be seeing, and then this second one is your own admin URL, where you can log in with the password and the email you put in, or username, and then you can install several things or edit your website. So let me just close this, and let me close this. Let's leave this for now. So let me just click on this and open in the next tab. Let's see what happens. Okay, great. Now we have our website, but this website, is it looking good for you or to you? No, this is not really a good website right now. So now we have to now work on it, install our themes, right? So we've successfully installed WordPress. So in the next session, what we are going to look at is how to upload your themes and then plugins, and then we'll do some settings, and then we'll be able to walk through the settings and install our themes. Okay. All right, so now this one, let us open this. This is actually you can just type your website /wp-admin, so it will take you to this particular dashboard. So this is your admin panel, where you will be installing the themes and all that. So the first thing you want to do here, right, now that we want to do some common settings, is to come to settings. So under settings, you are going to see some things that I told you about. You know, earlier I told you that you can actually change this, right? This is House of Last, right? You can change this. You know, I told you the other time you can change it. And this is your email, and then you can actually change it if you want. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is to come to this permalinks. Okay, click on permalinks, and then remove this one from, this is actually SEO settings, because it's not good for your website to be putting lists or something like this, or to put dates and before. It makes your site look too long. Okay, so you can decide to just use this, which is as of like / the product. So let's click on save. I don't want to complicate things for you, so I'm just going to make it simple as possible. So just put this and save it. So what we want to do next now is to install plugin, right? I mean themes and plugins. So if you look at this, you see that this is the front of the website and it doesn't really make sense. The way it looks like this is using a theme called I think 2021 theme. Let us go. So if you want to do that, you go to appearance. So under appearance, you see that the theme that is active is actually 2021. That is a default theme by WordPress. Let's activate this 2020 first and see what happens. Now let's refresh it. I told you this is what people will be seeing. Okay, so you see this does not make sense at all. So let's activate the 2021 again. Then to save space, I'll just delete this. I want to delete the remaining themes. Please, if you are deleting, make sure that you leave at least one out of them, so that in case you want to turn your website to default settings, you can still have this one. Okay, and you know, you cannot even delete it. A WordPress site must work with at least one theme. You can see that you cannot even delete this right now. So what you want to do is, when you get to these themes, you just come here and click on add new. After clicking on add new, you click on upload, right? But here you see that we have different themes here. So most of them are free, you know, for a start, but eventually they will ask you to upgrade. All right, so there are certain features that you might not be able to use if you are using some of those themes here, but for a practice you can decide to use some of this for free. So but the one I want to use is a premium theme, so I'm going to click on upload, and then I'll choose a file, and then I'll go to portal, and then I'll click on upload. If you want some of these themes, you can send me an email, all right, to shola@goglobal.ng, and I will tell you how to get it. All right, so let's look at what will happen. If you look at down here, you see something like waiting for house of list.com. So we're just waiting for it to upload the theme. All right, so sometimes you might see something like this when you want to upload the theme. It might be that maybe the server does not really, you know, can take it because of the size of the file. So you can come to cPanel. Okay, you click on your cPanel, and then you see files. So when you see files, you click on files, and then you go to file manager. So when you get to file manager, you just scroll down until you see your website. Okay, so if this is the first time that you'll be installing the website, you just see the website here. So but now I want to look for house of last. So this is house of last, and then you go to WP content. All right, so open it. If you want to upload plugins here, if you want to upload themes, it's here. So I'll just go to themes, and then you see that the only theme we have here is that 2021 theme. Okay, so if you go to themes, you see that the only theme we have right now is 2021. So I'll just go to here. So when I'm here, I'll just click on upload. So you can drag the file, or you just select, and then we'll upload the same auto theme. And you see that the theme is actually like 107 megabytes. So it might not be able to upload in that other side, but most themes will probably do, especially if you are using the shared hosting that I told you about. It will do. So let's just wait for this one to quickly install, after installation we would see what to do next. Alright, so you can see that it has now finished uploading and it has turned to green. So you just click on go back, and then to bring you here. So when it brings you here, you see we have the theme here. So what you do is you right click. After you right click, you then extract it. So you just click on extract, since it's also in this folder. Click on extract. So it has finished extracting. Just click on close, and then you reload this. So when you reload this, let's come back to this and see what happens. Let's reload this too. You see that the theme is now here. Now to save the space on your website, okay, right click on this and then delete it. We don't need this for now. So you just, as you can see, this one is just 4 kilobytes. So now we don't necessarily need this again, except maybe you want to now install another plugins and all that. So let's go. Now let's activate this particular theme. So you see, now we are at the theme, and they said we should do some setups. You can decide to just skip it, but I'll just say let's go. You are using Avato hosted. So basically, let's click on next. All right, and they said, you see, the memory maximum execution time minimum is 300 is 60. So in fact, that is the reason why that thing did not really upload the other time. So we can as well contact our hosting company to help us to increase the maximum execution time to 300. Okay, minimum is 300, required 600 is recommended. So this is something that you might want to tell your hosting about. Then PHP, I'm using a VPN, so the hosts, they want me to do something about that. But say do not worry, if you are unable to update your server configuration due to hosting limit, you can alternate import method in the demo import stage. So I'll just click on continue. Child theme title, create and use child theme. I'll just keep this. Basically what I want, right, is this plugin and the demo content. Okay, so let's first check. Let's even look at our website right now. You see that this will change because we've changed the theme. Yeah, I see. Even though we've changed the theme, it doesn't really still make sense, right? But you can see we have contact us, we have some of these pages and things here. So you just click here, and then what do you want to install? Okay, so what I want us to use is this Elementor. Okay, installation recommended for certain plugins. So that is what I want us to use. And then of course WooCommerce, contact form, and then you can actually use this too. So click on let's go. So see, it's installing. This one is successful. It's trying to install those plugins. All right, so they want us to upload our own logo, but we don't have logo yet. Okay, so we can create a logo later on. So now they said they want us to remove all installation demo content. No, we want to upload installation, one of the demo content. Okay, so you come here, you look at the one you want to use. So I just want to use Elementor. Then we choose the website we want to install. Okay, can you see that is, if you look at this example, we have big sale up to 80%. Then we have this one. Okay, let's check the home page of this. So look at the way the home page of this looks like. So we can decide to have something like that. So let's see them. 30% off. You know, this one looks like this particular one. So you just choose the one you want to use, and I think I love this, right, or this. So but let's still scroll down. These are the options available for Elementor plugin. You see, this is another one, this is another one. All right, so let's go and choose that one that I say I like. Personally, if you don't like that one, you can use another one as your example. You know, I love this, so it looks like this. I'll just click on shop 9, then Elementor, right? So I'll just click on standard import. It's not, I mean, they say your server performance does not satisfy auto demo importer. We recommend you use alternate method to perform demo without any issue, but may take more time. So I'll just click on this. So it's installing the plugins and the you know, all the content on the website. So let's wait. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Please subscribe to this channel so that you can get more videos like this. The website has been installed full. They said visit your website. I want to tell you that if you click on this one, it's going to take us to this particular place. So let us refresh this one and see what happens here. Wow, this is so beautiful. Can you see the e-commerce website? Now let's click on this too. You see that it's going to open that same website. So let me just close this. Can you see? Now we have the categories. Now this literally should have taken you like several you know, several days, weeks to finish up, but in just a day we have built an e-commerce website. Here you can change the language to French, you can change the you know, the currency, you can, you know, a lot of things there. So let's just click outside this, and then let's come back to the dashboard. Just click on dashboard. So you see we are in the dashboard. Now they say free opt-in form that increase your email list and keep them engaged with automated schedule. All right, so that is basically, you know, what you usually see, those pop-ups we saw the other time. Let me refresh this. You know, those pop-up something that, you know, that will come up and request for your email, so something like this, right? And it's very good for e-commerce too. You can decide to use it. Okay, so that is how to install an e-commerce website. There are some things that you need to know, right? Like how to edit it, how to change these images, how to change your phone number, how to, you know, add products, how to put hot, you know, everything like this. In our next video, right, we are going to look at that. All right, so I want you to go and start exploring this particular tutorial first. All the best.